Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Mike. Another music reaction. That's what I do. This one's gonna is a requested one. I thought it was Cold Chisel. I thought they were requesting Cold Chisel, an Australian band, but this band is named Redgum, and the title is "I Was Only 19," and it's the official video. I don't know anything about Red Gum or the song I Was Only 19. It but looking at the thumbnail, it has something to do with war, and so that's probably why they wanted me to react to this one. So without further ado, oh yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the like button, please, and comment, man. Tell me if you think what I'm doing is cool or not cool. So without any further delay, man, let's roll on.
Mum and Dad and Denny saw the passing out parade at Puckapunyal. It was a long march from cadets. The 6th Battalion was the next to turn. It was me who drew the card. We did Canungra, Shoalwater before we left. And Townsville lined the footpaths as we marched down to the quay. This clipping from the paper shows us young and strong and clean. And there's me in me slouch hat with me SLR and greens. God help me, I was only 19. From Bungtow riding Chinooks to the dust at Newey Dat, I'd been in and out of choppers now for months. And we made our tents a home, VB and pin-ups on the lockers, and an Asian orange sunset through the scrub. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And night time's just a jungle dark and a barking M16. And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me, I was only 19.
Yeah, man. So I missed the Vietnam War just by I think it was over for us in '75, and I joined the Marine Corps in '78. So a lot of people that I served with early on in my career were Vietnam vets, and some of the stories they told were pretty harrowing. Man, those guys were brave. Australian guys, you can see they're. It looks like they were. I don't know if they were training with the U.S. Army or just hitching a ride in Vietnam. They called it in country with the U.S. Army. More than likely, that's what it was. I don't know if Australia had their own Chinook squadrons or not, but that one happened to say U.S. Army on it. So, man, like I said, the technology then compared to the technology war fighting now is light, light years different. Um, a lot of these guys didn't even have flak vests. World War II they didn't either. So that's a brave man, and a lot of those guys came home, and the war followed them. They brought the war home in their mind, and they were never the same. Of course, you're never the same after something. You go through something like this. You could be 19, and in your mind you're 40. You've just lived so much in your young life, and you fought so hard to stay alive, to go back home to your family, that uh, you see people that are dismembered, or you know I don't want to get too graphic on here. They might ban my use of this reaction. So just like I would say to the American Vietnam veterans, I say a shout out to our Australian brothers who fought in Vietnam right alongside us. Thank you for y'all's support. All right, man, we're gonna keep going.
A 4-week operation when each step could mean your last one on 2 legs. It was a war within yourself, but you wouldn't let your mates down till they had you dusted off. So you closed your eyes and thought about something else. And then someone yelled out, "Contact!" and the bloke behind me swore. We hooked in there for hours, then it got almighty raw. And Frankie kicked a mine the day that mankind kicked the moon. God help me, he was going home in June. Frankie drinking tinnies in the Grand Hotel on a 36-hour reg leave in Funtown. And I can still hear Frankie lying screaming in the jungle till the morphine came and killed the bloody row. And the Anzac legends didn't mention mud and blood and tears. And the stories that my father told me never seemed quite real. I caught some pieces in my back that I didn't even feel. God help me, I was only 19. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And why the Channel 7 chopper chills me to my feet? And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me, I was only 19.
Yeah, so the guy just said, you know, doctor, can you tell me why I can't get to sleep? And why does the Channel 7 chopper affect, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but so he hears the chopper blades, I guess in Sydney or Melbourne or wherever, and he probably just breaks out into a sweat, man. Uh, you know, I mean, I can hear jet engines right now, and I feel the same thing. It's a different feeling because when you hear jets, that's your hero coming for you. That's an angel, right? So he's got a rash, man. So yep, the public doesn't like to hear about these types of things. It makes them uncomfortable, so they just don't want to hear them. But I have a friend who was over in Kuwait in the first Gulf War, and he contracted some kind of parasite in his stomach, and he about died. He ended up obviously he ended up surviving. I'm still in touch with him today. He owns a bar down in Nicaragua right now, or yeah, Nicaragua, and he retired a full bird colonel from the United States Marine Corps. He's a hell of a guy, but that parasite in his stomach, they still don't know what it was, some kind of worm or whatever, but it took a toll on him. When I saw him when he first got back, he was probably 130 pounds, but he's good now, man. And yeah, the public just doesn't want to hear about all that. They don't want to hear about the mental issues our guys and the guys in Australia who've gone through all this. They don't want to hear all that. It they just, I'll acknowledge that it happened. I just don't want you to tell me about it. That's the mentality. So these guys end up eating a bullet, man, because they're tarnished, and they have, that's the only way to quieten down the noise that's going on inside their heads. Some of them, feel guilty because they're walking next to their buddy, and their buddy was killed, by a mine, like they were saying here, or a gunshot or whatever, and they survived, but their buddy didn't, and they take that to their grave with them. So yeah, man, when you see some of these guys, they didn't call it PTSD back in the day. They called it shell shock, but it affected a lot of people, man. So, all right. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for requesting this song. Uh, yeah, you know, yeah. All right, everybody. Until next time, I'll catch you down the road. Thanks for showing up.